and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it.
I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw.
If you have world-class judges, why can't they make a decision? Why can't you go one way or the other? You know what I'm saying? A draw seems very weird to me. But
following Manny Pacquiao's dramatic majority draw with Mario Barrios, his camp wasted no time filing an appeal with the WBC. They're challenging what many are calling a questionable decision. Two judges scored the fight 114 to 114, while only one leaned slightly toward Barrios at 115 to 113. Pacquiao's return was nothing short of epic, and his team believes the result robbed him of a historic title.
Manny, the fans came out for you again tonight, but describe what you thought of the judge's decision.
I mean, I thought I won by split decision, like, you know, it's a close fight, but I thought I won.
Didn't look like a 46-year-old tonight. How did you feel inside the ring?
I feel good, like, you know, I feel happy, like 2 months training, like, although short, but it's enough, right? I want to train like 3 months or 10 months, but I start late because of the election in the country.
What worked for you tonight, and what was missing late in the fight?
Missing late in the fight, like the last two rounds, like that cramps probably by it's okay.
But the rest of the fight, you look great. What happens now, Manny? Because there was options for you moving forward. There was even talks of a Floyd Mayweather fight. What do you see going on next in you?
Oh, that's another story. Like let's talk about it. Like, you know, good for me. Like, I'm in shape again.
Do you feel that you have what it takes to be a world champion once again?
Yeah, I think so. Like I can still do it. For 2 months training, 4 years layoff, and then 2 months training, like, you know.
Pacquiao didn't back down post-fight. He insisted he had done enough to win, and the numbers support it. Combo box showed he landed more power punches, and he clearly owned the middle rounds. Coach Freddie Roach even scored it 8-4 for Pac. Now, the boxing icon is hungry for a rematch and ready to keep building his legacy.
I know you enjoyed the fight, but I thought, you know, although the decision is not really favor to me, like I'm sad, but I did my best. Being a no fight for 4 years, I'm happy for my performance tonight. So thank you to all your support.
The time has come.
I feel I won. Me and my team feel, you know, that we won, and you know, we're very proud of what I showed, and you know, I'm still just, you know, thankful to be holding my title.
I think although my performance is good tonight, but I'm not satisfied of my combination tonight. I should throw a lot of punches and more aggressive to knock him out. You know, I thought that after the 12 rounds, I won the fight. Like my analysis, like I won 8-4. That's my analysis for the fight. But the thing is, I'm surprised with the announcement. It's draw. So I did my best in the ring. You know, the fans is it's so happy of my performance. But don't worry, Pac-Man is back, so I'm still here. Most of the fans, they're expecting that, you know, they thought that I won the fight. And although at age of 46, you know, the Pac-Man is still there, he's still giving a good fight to the people, to the fans, you know. That's why I'm so thankful to God, because He gave me the strength and good health.
MP Promotions CEO Sean Gibbons came out swinging, slamming the judge's call as disgraceful. He pointed to Pacquiao's stat advantage and called for a full-scale investigation, hinting at bias and politics playing a role in the outcome.
the gambling aspect, I don't know. I mean, how does Manny lose cleanly? You know, if you have world-class judges, why can't they make a decision? Why can't you go one way or the other? You know what I'm saying? A a draw seems very weird to me, but I'm very proud of Manny because he spent 7 weeks preparing for this. The guy ran for an election for 3-4 months, did not train at all, did not fight for 4 years. The guy I watched put 7 weeks of training in. It's incredible. And to be robbed of the chance to make history, it's just sick. I hate this sport. I really hate boxing. This is the ugly side of it. This is the side I've done it for 37 years, makes me just want to get out of it. Because it's so sad to me.
What are your thoughts on the rematch that they asked Barrios about?
Fuck Mario Barrios. Who the fuck wants to see him? Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios. Fuck Mario Barrios. Not in a bad way. I like him. Well, fuck him. Manny Pacquiao beat Mario Barrios. Why should he? What does he need to fight him again for? You know, if Manny wants to continue fighting, there's fighters like Rolly Romero. There's fighters like Javante Davis. There's guys out there. But I would never, well, let's say never, it's not my decision, it's Manny's. But when you do what you did and win a fight like that.
Longtime broadcaster Jim Gray didn't sugarcoat his feelings. He was adamant that Pacquiao was the rightful winner. His comments echoed a growing outcry over inconsistent judging in boxing's biggest fights.
Jim, did you think Pacquiao won that fight? It was good to see.
Manny Pacquiao won. Yes, I did. I'm not a judge, but it's clear to me and clear to my eyes. And it's a shame. It's a shame for boxing. 2 judges who, you know, can't decide who the winner is. Really? Barrios, the champion. I guess you have to beat the champion, and I guess in their eyes they didn't clearly do that. But to me, it was an astounding, amazing, outstanding performance by a 46-year-old man. This is one of the all-time great performances.
Sean Porter, former 2-time welterweight champ, couldn't believe the decision. He criticized Barrios' lack of control and called the judging completely off. Fans shared his outrage.
You know, listen, we've seen Manny on the end of bad decisions before. Timothy Bradley, excuse me. The Jeff Horn fight, you know, and shout out to Tim. I know how you feel about that. Family. But this is what he's got to deal with. You can't go through a camp, do what you just did right there. We saw all the heart, everything that we've always seen from Manny, and this is the result. Shout out to Mario. He made the fight difficult just from being a big guy who is a better boxer than I realized, came to the ring with a true game plan to try to box and be patient, find openings and things of that nature. I don't think that Mario did enough to win. I don't think he did enough for a draw. I think that there was a lot more that he could have done. But the main thing is the style that he chose to box was actually a good style to use against Manny Pacquiao. They were saying that they were going to come right to the middle of the ring, and they did. But they came to the middle of the ring, and then they circled, they moved, they worked behind the jab. Not enough jabs, not enough of everything for Mario.
Wade Plemons, host of the Wade Concept, saw the draw as a moral victory for Pat. At 46 and returning after a 3-year break, Manny looked sharper than the reigning champ. Many now question whether Barrios deserves the title at all.
All right, so we are back on the Wade Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. And folks, I just watched Manny Pacquiao, that's right, 8-division world champion and 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao off a 3-year layoff. Manny Pacquiao off a loss before the 3-year layoff. Manny Pacquiao go to a majority draw with a world champion in a title fight in 2025. What the just happened? The breakdown. Let's go.
He is the star of Wade Concept.
So like I said, Manny Pacquiao, 2025, fighting for a world championship is not something you expect me to hear. Number one, especially off the 3-year layoff, especially at 147, especially off a loss, and especially not going to a majority draw. This is a win for Manny Pacquiao. I'm just going to say it. Tonight, he fought Mario Barrios on PBC, on Amazon Prime Video for the WBC World Championship. Mario Barrios, I like the guy, but it has to be said, when you have 2 of your last title defenses ending in a split draw and a majority draw, you may be the worst title holder in boxing right now. I'm sorry. That's not comparing him to being a shitty boxer. It's just saying that as of right now, he might be the worst world champion in boxing. It may be one of the worst I've seen in a while. Also, kind of unrelated, this kind of looks bad for Tank Davis's record because that was supposed to be a stalwart win on Tank's career when he moved up to 140 and beat Barrios for the belt there. But now it's not looking so good because 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao just went to a majority draw, and you can argue that Manny Pacquiao should have won the fight.
Pacquiao lit up the early rounds with his trademark speed and aggression, while fatigue set in later and Barrios turned up the pressure. Experts still gave Manny at least 6 rounds. Even Barrios admitted he didn't expect such a performance. One more round in Manny's favor would have sealed it.
Was winning up until the later rounds. Let's talk about it. So, like I said, Manny Pacquiao off the 3-year layoff, 46, didn't look great against Ugas in his last one. You had to think, okay, well, Barrios beat Ugas kind of decisively. This is going to go one way and one way only. Barrios potentially by stoppage or decision. That's not what happened. Barrios was so tentative in this fight. He was essentially standing there for some of the exchanges. Manny Pacquiao came out and did what Manny Pacquiao does. By the way, credit to Manny. At 46, he still had some feet. He was moving, dancing on Mario Barrios. He was throwing combination punches going forward on Mario Barrios. And when he wasn't doing that, he was countering Mario Barrios, who looked like a stick in the mud. He looked like he couldn't even get out of first gear because Manny was hitting with combinations.
Boxing insiders were quick to criticize the verdict. Pacquiao had the edge in power punches and controlled key moments. Too many, the scorecards didn't reflect the fight that unfolded in the ring.
Put Keith Thurman on his ass in the first. Oh my God, it's an experience. And it's another element opponents have to face. And then all of a sudden, Manny just starts cooking. He's just like, and Freddie said it. Like, he has this good 6th round, and Freddie was just like, you get him with a 5-punch combination, I think you can get him out of here. Now, I don't know if he was ever at that point. I can't say that Barrios was ever really in danger, but I think Freddie was right. Like, I just think that if Manny showed the threat, I just think it froze Barrios for all these rounds. And so he had a run of like 4 straight. And at my point, he's up on the scorecards, 87-84, which meant all he needed was one more round, in my mind. And I was pretty in line with the TV broadcast. I think that we had a little bit of a swing on 8. I think 8 was a little closer, or 9 was a little closer, excuse me. But all he needed was one more round. And mind you, I bet on him, but I was like, Barrios comes out in the 10th. His trainer's like, hey, man, you can't respect this guy. And it's tough because Manny pulls these tricks like where he's trying to delay coming out of the ring because his tape's messed up, or he's like messing with the guy saying, hey, you're hitting me low, and even the ref had to be like, Manny, I'll determine if he's hitting low. But he's so charming. You just look at him and you're like, I can't get mad at him. But Barrios comes out in that 10th, had some really good body work, and you're like, all right, I think he took that one. So then it's 96-94. Get to the next round, Barrios, he has some that was the closest that you could have probably leaned Pacquiao, in my mind. But Barrios had some flurries. It just looked like he was getting better of it. It kind of looked like Manny was starting to wear down a little bit.
Analysts widely agree. Pacquiao won 6 rounds, maybe more. Just one better score from a judge, and he'd have the belt. The controversy has reignited the debate over outdated and unfair boxing judging.
Anything significantly great, it makes guys like Manny Pacquiao want to come back to the sport of boxing and fix this garbage. Let me go back to the sport of boxing. That's what we're talking about right now in the welterweight division, the rematch between Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. And Manny Pacquiao will beat Floyd Mayweather in the rematch. I said it. I like Floyd, a legendary fighter, but I believe how Manny Pacquiao fought yesterday, and we haven't seen Floyd Mayweather. I know he's still in shape, but this Manny Pacquiao and the footwork that he displayed yesterday, and like he said in the post-fight interview, he threw a little bit more punch, but of course he's 46 years old. But I'm just saying, even at 46 years old, he's better than all these guys. He'll knock out Devin Haney, like worse than Ryan Garcia did.
Despite his age and time away, Pacquiao looked like his prime self-dodging, countering, throwing slick combinations. Fans were on their feet. Barrios' late comeback wasn't enough, but it was just enough to convince 2 judges.
Pro boxing fans here with Kamel Mo and Kamel. Just seen a draw between Pacquiao and Barrios tonight. What do you think?
It was a great fight, and Pacquiao put on a hell of a performance, and much respect to Barrios as well. It takes 2 to tango, so it's just an overall great fight.
Who did you have winning?
I personally thought Manny pulled it out, and you know, I feel like he deserved to win. But you know, it's boxing, and you know, I'm not mad at a draw either.
Do you want to see a rematch, or do you think they should both fight other people?
I don't think I want to see a rematch. You know, Manny did. It was a great fight. You know, I think we should just leave it at that. I would like to see, you know, Pacquiao and Mayweather too. You know, that's really the fight I want to see. And
Kamel on the undercard.
Definitely, absolutely. You know, and so, yeah, that would be a huge card.
What do you think of Barrios in there tonight?
I don't know. I think Pacquiao's style was kind of throwing him off. You know, I've heard a lot of very skilled fighters say that Pacquiao was real hard to, you know, get the rhythm up. You know, he's real awkward.
Max Kellerman, formerly a top boxing analyst on HBO and now
many
with
are pushing hard for the
ESPN.
decision to be overturned or an immediate rematch to be ordered. Online buzz is reaching a boiling point.
Who would your top 5 be?
Sugar Ray Robinson.
#1?
Yeah, and then pound for pound. See, Pacquiao he started as a flyweight champ. Not just he started his career there. He was the champion at flyweight and then moved up. There are so many divisions between flyweight and junior middleweight where he also won a belt. Even the fact that he could compete with Floyd Mayweather, who's a naturally bigger guy and one of the greatest pure boxers. Pacquiao's overall body of work, you could have him second pound for pound behind Sugar Ray Robinson.
How come I'm watching highlights of him knocking people out though, as little as he is, man?
Oh, that dude. It's the calves, man. He's got those fast twitchies and those big calves jump in on you and generate a lot of power. Crazy hand speed and power from a southpaw. Really awkward, hard to beat, lightning fast. Pacquiao was all that.
Max Kellerman has always said Pacquiao is one of the greatest ever, from flyweight to welterweight. His success across 8 divisions is something the sport has never seen before, and probably never will again.
I'm rooting for Manny 1,000%, obviously, because you know, we shared the ring, but age is age. I mean, you just never know. He's going in against a young fighter, you know, who's hungry, obviously, who has the skills, who has the punch output. Hey, Manny, go out there, do your thing. Use your thick calf legs to just run circles around him. Oh, I can't wait.
Fernando Vargas has also provided a candid and balanced take.
For no one, even the most legendary, fighters can't escape the reality of age in the ring.
Right, and
Okay.
then do 114.
I thought Manny won.
Fight. I think Manny did a good job towards the end. Last round I gave it to Barrios, but the last 5 rounds,
yeah,
the 12,
I had the same way.
It was Manny Pacquiao. I thought Barrios was gonna take it, but you know, I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Well,
great job by Manny Pacquiao. Was 46 years old.
46. Look, and you know boxing, so people can't say that you're biased or you're just a straight.
I think he'd be great. I mean,
I think
for
he
his
won.
age, you know.
Regardless,
it's not the money that we used to know, but
Pacquiao's dazzling mix of speed, power, and ring IQ shocked both fans and critics. At 46, with just a short training camp, he went toe-to-toe with a champion and arguably won. Barrios' late flurry couldn't erase Pacquiao's dominance through most of the bout. Now rematch talks are heating up. Will the WBC step in? Will fans get the closure they demand? Whether it happens or not, one thing's clear: may not have left with the belt, but he walked away with respect, admiration, and another chapter in his already legendary career.